lots of different journals out there in the world, but sometimes they're just not the one for you. And in this video, I'm going to share how I'm going to work over the next few weeks on my own perfect journal, guided journal. I love notebooks, but notebooks are often not enough. They're just blank. They might have lines or they have dots, but sometimes I need a little bit more structured content. I need some form of guidance. But then on the other side, there are journals and guided planners out there that have so much structure and so much guidance and include things that I personally don't want to use because they don't really match me. This is why I'm on the journey right now to create that one journal that I love and that is all around the topic that I want to pursue. I would love to take you along with me if you're interested and show you behind the scenes what it takes to create this guided journal. Today is video number 1. I am conceptualizing my idea and I'm going to be talking it through with you. This is something that I always do ahead of time because I want to understand what is the purpose of my guided journal. If my product has no purpose, basically no reason for existence, I'm not going to create it. In my case, because I'm solving a problem, and the problem is that I want to have a guided journal that supports me on my path of reinvention, personal growth, and lasting change. Lasting change is a theme that I find incredibly important to me because in the past 10 years, more than 10 years actually, 12 years now, I've been on a personal growth journey. I've read all sorts of different books. I went to seminars. I bought courses. I done trainings. I booked one-on-one coaching. I've done trainings. I've done so many different things to work on my personal development. And I found that while some things will stick, others won't. And oftentimes I feel like I'm running in circles because I might have the best of intention to change something for my body. Like I've been wanting to do lots more exercise and take care of my body for years now, but I feel like year after year I'm running in circles. Like I have lots of ideas, I have different tactics, and I'm approaching things from a frantic, disorganized energy. And it's not only me, I've been seeing that in the world quite a bit. So I'm realizing in order to get lasting change, in order to truly change something, there's a different approach needed. And this is something that I'm researching. I have been researching now for a while, and I feel I'm ready to create a guided journal that helps not only get clarity, connect with the emotional part of ourselves that we need to connect with, and supports with the daily actions and works on a long-term commitment. Let me share with you my findings so far. Most personal change does not work because we have a too short of a time frame that we are focusing on. Oftentimes we want to lose the 10 pounds in just a few weeks. We want to have a 30-day challenge to do something new. We go to the gym for a short period of time and very intensely, and then we stop doing it. And it is just because our human brain is the way it is, and we need to work with it and not assume that we can just overpower it by just like trying to overcome it, right? That's not how it usually works, because if that was the case, everyone who starts with a positive New Year's resolution would be still going to the gym in March, in April, in June, July, and so on. But the reality is a very different one because we all struggle with sticking with our goals. Even remembering our goals, as silly as this might sound, it can be really hard to recall what it is that our intention was because life gets in the way and distracts us. So for my research, I found out that not only do we need like an emotional investment, we need to change the way we think about things, but also we need to start taking actions And often we need to take a lot smaller actions that we've realized, but just on a longer time frame. And even though that is not exciting at all, it doesn't sound fun, it is not like a very great sales argument, because we humans, we tend to like, hey, get to 10 pounds in 2 weeks, whatever, right? Those big promises, those are exciting. And why are they exciting? Because they're fast, they promise us something. But in reality, our results don't come from just like pure quick changes. They come with mostly like a compounding effect. And that's often what's so frustrating about it, because we will take the action, we will take it even consistently for a few weeks, and we won't see anything. Because even with consistent action, it takes months, sometimes even years, to see the results that we want to see. So in that perfect guided journal that I'm working on right now, my focus is really enjoying the journey and gamifying taking daily action. Because this is something that I need for me. Like, yes, it's okay for me to know that in theory, I cannot expect myself to have like quick wins, right? Like it won't feel exciting and so on. And I know these things in theory, but I feel like I still need to get my brain on board to be able to do it, because just knowing that it will feel boring is not yet enough for me to be able to do it. I need to make it unboring. Like I need to make it more exciting for myself. And the only way that I can make it more exciting for myself is by gamifying the process in my mind, wanting to check off the boxes, wanting to rather see progress than seeing the results. Because if I focus on seeing the results, I know I probably will never see them because I won't stick long enough. Anyway, very long story short, that's what I'm working on. Now, a perfect journal has a lot of different components. We are working on one transformational piece, but we also tend to have repetitive pages. So, what I like to think of for my personal perfect journal is that I want to have some pieces in the journal, probably in the beginning of the journal, that are like some clarity pieces. I want to be able to go back and look at the things that I've done. Here, this is a different topic, of course, but here we also have clarity pieces in the beginning where the person can go through exercises, answer prompts, and these are like one-time exercises for the sake of clarity and for the sake of being able to go back and reference the answers that you have given. The rest of the journal tends to be a repetitive page, and that can be every day the same thing. It could also switch in between prompts. It could also be a weekly page. I know that for myself, I would want it to be a daily page, not too filled, yet have very meaningful questions. I need to keep it very simple and easy. I don't want to answer 20 different questions. I don't need to open the journal a few times a day. So my thought here is creating a journal that I'm going to open at night. Maybe something that I can combine with an existing habit. So before I go to sleep, I will sit down in my bed. Next to my bed, I have a little bedside table. So what if the lasting change journal is a bedside table journal? So it's specifically to stay at your bedside. So before you go to sleep, you can answer the questions, prep for the next day, and that's it. Keeping it super, super simple so it's easy to use. One of the things that I see in some of these guided journals out there is that while they have the best of intentions, they are not as easy to use in a day-to-day life, and they're too easy not to use because you have to intentionally keep thinking about getting the journal out. So I'm thinking for my perfect journal, I want to make sure that it is very easy to understand and you don't even have to think about it. At your bedside every night, this is what we're doing. Tack, 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 so that it becomes a habit. Something that I learned from a really good book, Atomic Habits, is that you want to stack your habits. So there's some habits that you're anyway already doing. So if you combine a habit that you're already doing with a new one, the likelihood of you sticking to it is a lot bigger. So this is also another reason why I'm thinking that would be a good thing. So as you see, I'm talking through my framework and through my concept, my idea of what I want this guided journal that is specifically for lasting change to look like. Now, as I'm going to continue, and I'm happy to take you behind the scenes in the next videos with me, where I'm going to break down the A to B journey a little bit more. Basically, what is the before of the person picking up the journal, and what's the intended after? What is the transformation they're going through? In this case, for me, it's all about lasting change. So it also goes hand in hand with goal setting, habit formation. So I will need to know what it is going to be used for. Since I am my own ideal customer, I'm going to be sitting a little bit more with it as well. And I look at for how much do I want to use it and for how little do I want to use it. I don't want to complicate it. I don't want to overpack it, because this is not a place for overwhelm. This is truly a place for clarity and getting it done so lasting change is possible. After the next session, when we've looked at the A to B journey, that's when we're going to start writing down the content. I'm going to share with you how I write down the content. And then from there, I'm going to collaborate with my designer to look at different layouts that will work well with this type of product. So I'm very excited to take you along with me. I will see you in the next video. If you do have any questions, feel free to answer them below, because then I can incorporate them too in my coming videos. If you are an Impact Stationery creator already, I invite you to join us out in our co-working sessions. I'm going to be creating a lot of this content live with the members of our Impact Stationery creators. If you're not yet a member, you want to create your very own guided journals, planners, not only for yourself, but potentially for your clients or for your business, I highly encourage you to join us right now, because we do have a sprint going on. That means that we are creating our content for our next guided journal together. And there's a lot of additional support that you get to help you create your guided journal. I look forward to seeing you very soon. Until then, have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.